Hello children, welcome back to our online classes. So, here we are discussing about the living organisms and their characteristics and habitats. So, in our previous classes already we had discussed about the habitats of the organisms. So, different habitats we have discussed. So animals are present in every habitat, that may be underwater or that may be on the land. So every way they are living and their body structures are helpful for the organisms to adopt in their habitat. So about that habitat we have already discussed in detail, and now we have started the characteristics of organisms, and also in these characteristics in our yesterday's class we have discussed few of them, and now in our today's class we are going to discuss about the some other characters, that the stimuli, excretion, reproduction and movement. So about these four characters we can discuss in our today's class, and before going to begin this, just we can recall about the yesterday's class. So there we are discussed about the characteristics, there we discussed about the food and nutrition, right? So every living organism, it needs food. So when we get the food, that food will be breakdown and we utilize the energy which is released by that, and that energy we use and we are living. And also the living organisms show the growth. Yes, all the organisms show growth. So before they are very small, the babies we can say, the pets and all, before they are smaller one, and then as they go on, means as the days passes, they will started grow on. Okay. And we also discussed about the respiration. So all the living organisms can respire. Some will respire with the use of oxygen and some respire without oxygen, but every organisms will respire, and by that only we get the energy. So about that we have discussed in our previous classes, and in our today's class again we are going to discuss some more characters of the living organisms. They are stimuli, excretion, reproduction and movement. Okay. Now we can start with the first character, that is stimuli. So you just think of some incidents if you overcome. If you step on a throne or any sharp things, okay, so what you will feel is, so you feel hurt, right? ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಮುಳ್ಳು ತುಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದರೂ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಲಿಂದಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಎಸ್. And suppose if you remember any of your favorite food, or if you get that food, your favorite one, is what you will feel? ಬಾಯಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಫೇವ್ರೇಟ್ ಫುಡ್ ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆದಂಥ ಫುಡ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ತಂದು ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಬಾಯಾಗಿ ನೀರು ಬರ್ತಾವೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಎಸ್. Suppose if you are in a dark room and suddenly if you come out of the dark room, so sunlight will be there, the brightness of that sunlight, suddenly automatically you close your eyes, yes, till you adjust with that changing brightness. Okay, dark room ಒಳಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಏನಿರ್ತೈತೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬೆಳಕಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಕತ್ಲಿರುವಂತ ರೂಮ್ ಇಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬ್ರೈಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾವು ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಐಸ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ and till So here in all these incidents, so you may overcome many of such changes. So here the tone or the food of your favorite one and the brightness of the sunlight, these are all what the changes in the surroundings, and by those changes we respond to them. Yes, so ನಾವು ಮುಳುದುಳಿದಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮಗೆ ಹರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. Yes, the change that made us to respond. And when we remember or when we get the food which is our favorite one, then our mouth started watering, ಬಾಳ ನೀರು ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. So that is the response. And when we suddenly come out from the dark room to the brightness, suddenly we close our eyes. So this is what the response. These are all the changes in the surroundings and we respond to them because we are living things. So the stimuli is that, I will write the definition, you just take down in your notebook. The changes in the surroundings that makes us respond to them, are called stimuli. So these are all the changes that takes place in the surroundings and that makes us respond to them. So ಇವೆಲ್ಲ changes ಆದಾಗ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವಕ್ಕೆ respond ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So that is what we can call as the stimuli. ಒಂದೇನಾದ್ರೂ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆದಾಗ, ಒಂದೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆದಾಗ ನಾವು ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So for example, if in instant we can say that, suppose if you are walking in a garden or anywhere, if you find the snake, what you will do? You will run away from that. And suppose if you touch any hot objects, suddenly you take your hand away. Yes, ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಹಾಟ್ ಇದ್ದದನ್ನ ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಸು ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈ ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ತಗೋತೀರಿ. ಎಸ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸಮ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ಟು ದಮ್. ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಹೊಡೆದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು, yes, suddenly you will react, right? So likewise the response should be there. So they are all the changes that happens in our surroundings and we respond to them, and that is called as the stimuli, and all the living organisms shows this stimuli, all organisms. So for example, we can see, we say that the plants are also living things, right? So these plants, some of the plants you might have seen that the mimosa, or commonly we call as the touch me not, right? Have you seen this? What it does when we touch it? Touch me not. Yes, the plant name is touch me not. So if we touch this plant, what it will do? It closes its leaves or it folds its leaves. Now touch me not plant ಮುಟ್ಟಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಅದು leaves ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಡ್ತವೆ, and after some time it opens. So this is what we think it is the response to our action. ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಮುಟ್ಟಿದಾಗ ಅದು leaves ಎಲ್ಲ fold ಆಗ್ತಾವಂದ್ರೆ that is the response which comes from this plant. Then we can say that plants also respond to stimuli, right? And we just do one activity. Just take one potted plant and then keep this potted plant just a little distance away from the window where the light enters. ಈ ವಿಂಡೋದಿಂದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರದೊಳಗೆ ಇಡ್ರಿ ಅದು potted plant ಅನ್ನ ವಿಂಡೋದಿಂದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ಇರಬೇಕು, where the light enters. And then you keep on going watering the plant and keep there only for a few days. So later you will observe that, so plants always grow upright, right? So the plant which you kept, the conditions for the plant to grow: water, sunlight, soil and nutrition, these all. So sunlight ಯಾವ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಿ ಆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಗ್ರೋ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. So it means that the plants respond to the stimuli. Okay, so this is how it shows in all the plants and the animals. Even you can see in your home also. Suppose if you on the light in the night, the cockroaches, they will move towards its hidden places. Cockroaches irtavalla mani olaga. So even though if you clean also, sometimes some cockroaches will be there and they will freely roaming during the night in the kitchen. Suppose suddenly if you on the light of the kitchen, then they will move towards their hidden places. So that is what they respond to the stimuli. You light hakida takshana hogbidtavu their response. And also if you see any birds, new birds athwa edadu butterflies and all, if you go near to them, they just fly away from that place. So that is their response. Okay, so likewise all the organisms, ನೀವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವುದಾದರೂ ಏನಾದರೂ organisms ಮುಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ, so they will start growing away. And also in the forest, wild animals are also there in the forest. So they also, if they get the bright sunlight, then again they will start moving, means they will move into the forest. So likewise every organism, including plants, every living organism, it respond to the stimuli. So this is what the stimuli, the definition, we can define the stimuli as the changes in the surroundings that makes us respond to them are called stimuli. Okay, and next we can discuss about the excretion. What is this excretion? Yes, we know that all the organisms need food and we eat the food. But all the food, whatever we eaten, is not completely gets digested. There also, the organisms, they also release some wastes. So for example, I will say, we inhale the oxygen and we exhale the carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide is the waste which is released by the body. The waste product it is released from our body again during the exhalation. And we drink water, and what happens when we get the food and all, we eat everything, it also gets digested. But sometimes we sweat and we passes the urine, right? They're all, when we sweat or when we pass the urine, so that time we excrete some liquid waste there. So sweat to urine ಎಲ್ಲ pass ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, liquid waste ಅನ್ನ secrete ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So that is what the waste which is produced in our body, that we are ejecting. And also the undigested food, that is also the waste, and that is also removed from our body in the digestive system, so in the form of feces. So likewise these all are the feces, that is the solid waste. So these and the waste which is present in the form of water and also the carbon dioxide, we release all the wastes from our body because it is very necessary to getting rid means removing, getting rid of waste from waste by, or we can say waste by organisms. Okay, this is what the excretion. Excretion is the process of getting rid of waste by organisms. So any organisms that may be in the form of gaseous or that may be in the liquid form or in the solid form. So we remove the waste from the body and that process is called excretion. So there is a need of excreting all this, because if it is deposited in the body, this may convert it into poisonous one. So that may bring harms to our body. So that it is very necessary to remove the waste from our body. So likewise, all the organisms like the cows and the lion, tiger, whatever the organisms, every organism excrete the waste from their body, and even though the plants also excrete, right? So plants also, but we are not seeing the excretion in the plants like other organisms, but there also the excretion takes place. For example, the plants also respire, we know that, and some gums we can collect from the plants. Now plants in the anthozoa, so we use it for the other purposes, but actually that is the waste which is produced from the plant. Gum what we collect, that is the waste from the plant. And also we get the rubber, we extract the rubber from the plant. Even that also the waste product which is produced from the plant, but we are using that. So likewise, and some plants are there, even they store the waste in their body only, but it will not harm the plant as a whole. Whole plant will not harm by the waste products. So likewise, the excretion takes place by the organisms as well as the plants also. Okay. So here in the process of excretion, we just remove the waste products which is produced in the body. And next we can discuss about the reproduction. The next one is reproduction. So here in the process of reproduction, you might have seen that the hens, so they lay the eggs, and after some days some of the eggs hatches and the chickens, they will come out of that and they grown up into cock and hen like that. Okay. So likewise, all the organisms, they reproduce their own kind. Okay, the hen, they will give birth, means they will lay the eggs, and from that the cock or the hen will grow up. And likewise, the dogs, pigs, cows, buffalo, every organism, they give birth to their own kind. So they reproduce their own kind, so that we have all the life on the earth. So we saw many animals, and in many regions we saw different kinds of animals. So they are there, means they are take birth by the process of reproduction. ಈಗ ನಾವು cows, animals, human beings ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗಿರೋದು, ಇದು reproduction process ಇಂದನೇ ಏನಾಗಿರೋದು, they all take the birth. And even we saw that the plants also grow, the new plants. We can see the same kind of plants in all the parts of the earth, means in some parts of the earth according to the habitats. So likewise, when we see the same kind of plant in other parts, means there the reproduction takes place. So likewise, now ಒಂದೇ kind of animals na ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದೇ kind of animals ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ plants or animals process of giving birth to their own kind. To their own kind is called reproduction. So in this process they give birth to the own kind. Okay. So that is called the reproduction. The process of giving birth to their own kind is called reproduction. It may be takes place either the organisms they may give birth to the egg ones directly, or they may lay the eggs and from that eggs the egg ones will come out. So likewise the reproduction takes place in the organisms, and even this reproduction takes place in the plants also. Yes, in the plants also the pollination takes place, and by the pollination the pollens are transferred from the flower. As we know that the flowers are the reproductive part of the plant, and we have discussed about this in the last term only. So that the reproduction takes place, the seed formation takes place, and when the seeds are formed, again by that seeds we can grow the new plants. Yes, the germination of the plant, what we can say, by the baby plant embryo we can, the new plants can be grown. So likewise by the seeds the reproduction takes place, and also not only by the seeds, the reproduction in plants takes place in many other ways also. For example, we can say that the vegetative reproduction. So vegetative reproduction means the reproduction in the plants that maybe takes place by the other vegetative parts also other than the seeds. For example, it may be by the roots, or it may be by the stems, it may be by the leaves. So likewise the other parts can also reproduce the new plant. For example, I said by the leaves. For example, the bryophyllum. So bryophyllum, it is the leaf. Then by that only the new plant can grow. And the potato is, it can be grown, means some of the stems also. For example, I will say that the rose cuttings we can say that. Yes. So here in the cuttings we can cut the stem of the plant and we can grow new plant from that. We can, for example, the rose, hibiscus, and also the mehndi plants and all we can grow by the cuttings. So likewise different kinds of vegetation are there. So other than the seeds, the plants can also grow from the other parts of the plant. So likewise, but the cuttings and all, it may be quite difficult than how the plants are growing by the seeds, but the plants can grow from the vegetative parts also. So this is what the reproduction in the organisms. And next we can discuss about the movement. Movement. Do all the organisms show the movement? All the living organisms? Yes. All the living organisms can show the movement. So movement means the moving from one place to another. Okay. The movement means it is what? Moving from one place to another is called movement. So here all the organisms, they can move from one place to another. For example, we the human beings, we have the legs and we can move, we can walk from one place to another place, and we can run. So likewise Some organisms they move very fast and some they move very slow. For example, if we observe the snails and earthworms, they show the slow movement. Snail, earthworm ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗ್ತವೆ ಸ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Suppose if we take the lions and tigers, they run very fast. So likewise, the organisms they show the movement. Either the organs they use for the movement is different or the speed of the movement is different, but this shows the movement so that they can move from one place to another place. But plants, yes, we say the plants are the living things. They will not move from their plant, but they will show some movements in them, so that all the living organisms shows the movement. So now you can see that every organisms, all the living organisms have some common characters in them. The living organisms, all the organisms need food, they respire, they show the stimuli, they excrete the waste, they reproduce and they move from one place to another and they grow. So these are what some common characters that all the living organisms can show. This is there in all the way of this showing these characters may be different. ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಒಂದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾವಂತಿಲ್ಲ, but either it is in the different way, but they show all the characters. ಅದು ಯಾವುದೇ ವೇ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಇದು ಅವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವು ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾವೆ. So that living organisms have some of these common characters in them. So likewise, do we observe some of these characters in other non-living organisms also? Yes. So sometimes what happens, we can see, for example, the cars, bicycle, these trucks, vans, buses, they all are moving, right? But are they the living things? No, they are not the living things, but then they are moving, still they are moving. And the moon, it is revolving around the earth, yes, that is also moving, but it is not the living thing. And the air is also moving, but it is not the living thing. And also the water in the flowing river, that can also move, but it is not a living thing. And likewise many are there. For example, the clouds. The clouds are the non-living things. So the clouds are formed by the evaporation of the water. So the clouds in front of our eyes only, they can move and they grow bigger in size and they grow smaller in size. They become smaller or they can grow bigger in size. But still they are not the living things, right? And also some of the things are there. For example, we say that the plants show the reproduction and it takes place by the seeds also. So these seeds, when it is there in the shop for a month, the new plants will not grow from that. But when we buy it and when we sow it in the farm, so that time the new plants started growing when we watering or when we provide all the nutrients to the plant. So that time the seeds can grow into new plant. So these are all the living things, the seeds and all. When they get the necessary things to grow, these are the non-living things, that is also necessary. The living things to live, we require the non-living components of the earth. For example, we breathe the air, that is very necessary, and air is the non-living component. We need water and water is the non-living component, right? So likewise, these plants also, these seeds also require the non-living components like water, soil, air and all to grow. So likewise, the life is there. Even though the non-living things, even though they show some characters, but they are not the living things. And even the bicycles, cars, buses, they can move from one place to another, but they need the help of the man, yes, to run the vehicles and all. They need some support and they need some fuels we have to add. So likewise, there are many things are there. So they are not moved by their own. The piece of paper it can move by the wind, but they are not the living things. So they can move by the influence of other things. So likewise it is there. Then after discussing all this, what then is life? So life under you is, we all are having all these characters. ನಾವಿಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾವಿಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. We are growing, we are living, we are aspire, we reproduce, we respond to the stimuli, we do all these things. And other organisms are also doing all these things. Do you find that, you are not thinking that it is a miracle? Yes, in our body many organs are there which works continuously. Yes, the heart pump the blood continuously without rest. ನೀವು ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ನಮ್ಮ ಹಾರ್ಟು, ನಮ್ಮ ಲಂಗ್ಸು, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಿಡ್ನೀಸು ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಲ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Suppose if they also take the rest, what will happen? Yes, we will be in the permanent rest only, right? So likewise, so after all this, what is the life? Yes, so only one thing we can say after discussing all this, we cannot estimate exactly what is the life, but we can only conclude that the life is beautiful, right? Do you have the life beautiful or not? Do you have beautiful life? Yes. So we are showing all this, and we have all such great characters in us, so that our life is beautiful. So with this I will conclude this chapter. I hope you have understood this, and even though if you have any queries regarding this, you can contact me and clarify your doubts.